Hello fight fans, hardcore and the not so hardcore. Let's talk Canelo Jacobs. When the Canelo Jacobs fight was first announced, the consensus around the boxing community was that Canelo was going to win this fight, or should I say that this should be a win for Canelo. That Jacobs has been dropped before. Specifically, they compared the fight with Gennady Golovkin and Jacobs to Canelo and Gennady Golovkin. Even though a lot of people did see Jacobs win that fight against Golovkin, although I didn't, that's what they're using as a measuring tool. But I really believe that Jacobs has what it takes to defeat Canelo Alvarez, and there's various reasons why I think that. One of the reasons is that Canelo has issues with boxers and movers. We saw that against Lara, which many people think Lara was robbed. We specifically saw that against Floyd, where that was an actual boxing lesson. And we even saw that with Trout to a certain extent. Listen, I'm not saying that Austin Trout beat Canelo. What I'm trying to tell you is that there was parts in the fight where things got complicated for Canelo Alvarez, because the moving of Trout gave him issues. If Canelo does not have you in front of you, he struggles a little bit. And even then with Gennady Golovkin, that's why in the second fight, the strategy was to come forward, to push Golovkin back. It wasn't for him to move. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that style of fighting is what gave him the results and gave him the win of Gennady Golovkin. Also, let's not forget, Jacobs is taller than Canelo. Jacobs has a longer reach than Canelo. Jacobs is a naturally bigger guy. So you got three things that are going against Canelo in this fight. Although there is a rehydration clause where Jacobs is not allowed to weigh, actually both fighters are not allowed to weigh 10 pounds more than the weight limit. So I think it's on the morning of the fight, 8 a.m. or 10 a.m., both fighters are not allowed to weigh more than 170 pounds. On that night of the fight, they can weigh whatever they want. But one of the things was that Canelo is saying that the IBF put this restriction on him, because the IBF does have that rule where you can't weigh more than 10 pounds in the morning of the fight. But when there is a unification fight, like this fight is a unification match, the IBF does not enforce that rule. So this was something that the Canelo camp put in the contract, that Daniel Jacobs can't weigh more than 170 on the morning of the fight, because rumor is that Jacobs was weighing around 185 when he fought Golovkin. Obviously, that's an advantage for Jacobs. Jacobs has an excellent jab, and the jab is what controls everything. And if Jacob is able to shoot that jab at Canelo all night long, we saw that with Gennady Golovkin. The jab was the punch that Golovkin landed the most. So we know that Canelo, in a way, is a sucker for that jab. If Jacobs is able to shoot that jab all night long, shoot from the outside, go to the body, do not throw more than 2-3 punch combinations, and keep moving, it's going to be a very tough fight for Canelo. Now keep in mind, I got this a 50-50 fight. All I'm saying is that these odds are not what they should be. Canelo's a 3-1 favorite over Jacobs. You're betting people out there, put some money on this fight. It's a 50-50 shot. Canelo's an excellent boxer. I slightly favor Canelo in this fight, but it's going to be a very difficult fight. There's even a possibility we're going to have even more controversy at the end of this fight if this fight does not end in a knockout in Canelo's favor, which I don't see that happening. I mean, we have seen Jacobs go down against Dimitri Pirong early in his career, but after the fight, Jacobs said that he was okay, that he was listening to the count, that he was planning on getting up. We also saw him fall against Sergio Mora. He got dropped. And against Gennady Golovkin, both of those two were flash knockdowns. So he was really never hurt those fights. Kind of reminds you of Juan and Marquez, where they get knocked down, flash knockdowns, but their incredible condition brings them back up to fight more. 50-50 fight for me. Don't count down Jacobs out. You better damn believe that Daniel Jacobs could pull the win in this fight. Okay guys, see you on the next video. Subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment. Late.